The Winkler Heritage Society continues in their mission to recognize the city's pioneers and preserve the historical artifacts of our community's past. The society was founded in 1999 and opened the Winkler Heritage Museum in 2011. Since then, they've nearly doubled in size to accommodate the growing collection. Museum coordinator Dora Hildebrand says the facility has been well received, though they could easily double in size once more.
We've only heard favorable reports, and they love it, so we certainly want to keep it, and we would like to just get into something a bit bigger.
Some of the many stories that are told through artifacts and submissions include the life of Dr. C.W. Wiebe. Hildebrand explains many pieces were donated by family members who desire to see a piece of Winkler's history shared and preserved.
Every item has a story. We don't know all the stories, but they all have a story, and sometimes they're one of a kind.
Winkler's rich history of music and choral directors are also on display at the museum, including prominent 1940s-era composer and conductor, Dr. K.H. Neufeld. His instruments and compositions have been donated to the Heritage Society and are on display to the public. A tapestry of faith weaved during our community's foundation is also a prominent feature of the museum. Education as well remains a foundation. Some artifacts date back to over a century ago, some to our descendants' roots in Russia. However, each year more of our history is at risk of being lost forever.
A lot of it went down to the dump, because what are the kids going to do with all that stuff? And they didn't see the value in it, many of them. We were losing, and as they put up these big buildings, like right now, the Bueller was the last one, well, all those people moved into there, well, they're all getting rid of stuff too. And as you can see, when you look around, we're pretty full here, and we need space for that. Yeah. And we have been working on it.
Every year, hundreds of visitors come from across the world, including Saskatchewan, Alberta, Ontario, and many from the U.S. Many elementary school classes have also made a field trip to the museum to see the over 4,000 items. Another major undertaking of the Winkler Heritage Society is the Stones and Stories project. Project leads continue to document the many gravestones at the Winkler Cemetery, matching each with a picture and a short story of the life the stone represents. So far, the project contains thousands of completed stories available for viewing at the museum and the Heritage Society archives. Museum staff member Joanne Bergen explains it's an ongoing process.
It's basically cataloging all of Winkler Cemetery and Westridge. Here we have the picture, we have the gravestone, we have the full obituary if we can find it. I'm always getting more obituaries in from people that find out about it.
So far, nearly 3,000 gravestones have been photographed and 731 obituaries completed. The project is a constant race against time, as information on the gravestones is in danger of being lost as parents and grandparents pass away, and their stories are left untold. The Society also operates the Heritage Society Archives at the Winkler Library. The archives attract people far and wide, many of whom are researching their genealogy. Containing nearly 2,000 items, the archives carefully store and preserve thousands of newspaper clippings, paper documents, and photographs. The room holds more than a few forgotten treasures of Winkler's past, brimming with images, writings from authors, and prominent Winkler residents dating back to the 1800s.
The original newspapers from 1950 and onward. The newspaper records were located in Morden. Okay. Then they were taken to Carmen and they were going to be destroyed. And I said, I'll take them. I packed my car and took them here. So we saved them that way.
The archive serves the entire population of Winkler and District by protecting information and archiving media with significance to the community's past. With your support, the Winkler Heritage Society continues its work to remember and honor our past as we move into the future.